Good evening and welcome to tonight's Sacramento Regional Transit board meeting for January 25th. Cindy, I'm getting feedback.
I'm not hearing anything, but we're going to mute everybody and see if that will help.
Okay, I think that's better. No, I'm still hearing myself.
Okay.
Everybody, please mute yourself. Very good. Okay, I'm gonna go. Flag, please.
Sure. Would you like me to call the roll first?
Okay.
Director Budge?
Here, and hello to everybody I haven't met.
Director Harris?
Present.
Director Howell?
Here.
Director Hume?
Here.
Director Jennings?
I am present.
Director Kennedy?
Here.
Director Natoli?
Here.
Director Chenier?
Here.
Director Cerna?
Here.
Director Valenzuela?
Here.
And Chair Miller.
Here.
With that, we have a quorum at 100 votes. Welcome to the Sacramento Regional Transit District Board meetings are being streamed live on SacRT's website and can be found under About SacRT and Board Documents. This meeting will also be cablecast on Metro Cable 14, the local government affairs channel on Comcast, Consolidated Communications, and AT&T Uverse. Today's meeting will air on Sunday, January 31st at 2 p.m. and Wednesday, February 3rd at 2 p.m. on Channel 14 and webcast at www.sacmetrocable.tv. It is also closed caption. And with that, I will bring up the flag for your salute.
Okay, now everybody can unmute themselves and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic
Republic
for which it stands, one nation,
under God, indivisible,
indivisible, with liberty and justice
justice
for all. Okay, if you please mute your mics again, including Linda. We can move on to the next item.
The next item is the consent calendar, items 2-1 through 2.10. And I have a couple of public comments on item 2.8 and 2.10. And I also want to make note of a correction in the wording on item 2.7 should be collective bargaining agreement instead of collaborative bargaining agreement.
I'll move the rest of consent.
There's a motion. Any second?
Second.
Okay, motion by Director Howell, second by Director Budge. Let's hear the comments before we vote.
Absolutely. The first comment is from Mike Birnbaum. Greetings, President Miller and Vice President Kennedy. I want to address the 29th 30th Street signalization project with some questions to the author presenter Laura Ham, especially in the wake of the last sentence of paragraph 2 under discussion, which mentions the Society for the Blind, among other groups and organizations that have requested signalization of these two intersections. Laura, will the two intersections of subject of this agenda item either include international whistling and chirping when the walk sign is in favor of the pedestrian? Laura, will spoken commands be considered at these two particular intersections that are subject of this agenda item, like walk sign is on when it's okay to cross, or wait when someone must stop to allow perpendicular traffic to proceed ahead? Laura, at the two intersections that are subject of this agenda item, could the parties agree to install commands like wait to cross 13th Street at our street and wait to cross 29th Street at our street, so as to help the visually impaired community. Laura, when is the estimated completion and timeline of this signalization project? President Miller and Vice President Kennedy, if staff answered the first three questions in favor of the visually impaired community, then I would move the passage of this item, having been rest assured that this is truly a project for all community members. And for your information, Laura Ham replied to Mr. Birnbaum, and I can read those comments if you'd like. It reads, hello, Mike.
If they're brief, yeah.
They're brief. It says, hello, Mike. Thank you for your questions regarding this item. The City of Sacramento is the lead on the grant application and 29th 30th Street Signal Project. At this time, we are entering into the agreement with the city to support their application for regional grant funding to construct this improvement. Once the funding is awarded, we will have more details to share regarding the crossing and schedule. The city has implemented audible crossing devices throughout the city per their standards. SAC-RT staff has already reached out to the city regarding the use of audible devices at this location, and we have requested additional information regarding project schedule and design once it is available. We also intend to consult with the SAC Mobility Advisory Council as the project moves forward. Thanks again for your interest on this project. Let us know if you have any other questions. And then the second comment on item 2.8 is from Helen O'Connell. It says, thank you for listening to the public and making it safer to cross the street at 29th 30th at our street. The next comment is from Helen O'Connell on item 2.10. This might help communication between RT department and the public, which is very important. And that is all the comments that I have on the consent calendar.
Chair Miller, Jeff Harris with a quick comment. I think you said yes, you were muted, but so this signalization at 29th and 30th is something that our former Chair Hansen and I have worked on for, I don't know, 2 years plus. We're very gratified, and thank you, Henry, for participating in this project. I think it's a really great safety improvement. I'm very excited that it's moving forward after an awful lot of work on the RT team and the Sac City Public Works team. We finally have a project. So it's good news, and I'm glad to see it moving forward.
Thank you. It's a great teamwork. Thanks to the staff from the City of Sac side.
Thank you, Jeff. Any other director comments before I call the roll? Cindy, would you please call the roll for consent calendar?
Director Budge,
Yes.
Director Harris,
Aye.
Director Howell,
Yes.
Director Hume,
Aye.
Director Jennings,
Aye.
Director Kennedy,
Aye.
Director Natoli,
Aye.
Director Chenier,
Aye.
Director Cerna,
Aye.
Director Valenzuela,
Aye.
and Chair Miller.
Aye.
With that, the motion carries at 100 votes.
Thank you. On to the next item, please.
Next item is public addresses the board on matters not on the agenda. And I have 4 comments. The first one is from Mike Birnbaum. It was originally addressed to go to item number 9, but item number 9 is for reports and ideas from board directors. So I've moved his comments up to item 6, which is public addresses the board. And his
Mike already made a motion earlier, so isn't he part of the board?
Ex officio.
Well, I don't know. Thank you for responding, President Miller.
You're welcome.
So Mr. Birnbaum has provided well over the wording. He's provided 1,380 words on this transmittal, but I'm going to summarize it for you. So it says, it's been about a month and a half since the last board meeting, and so here is my transportation news and information update for all returning and new members. Before I begin the topics, I would like to give my warm welcome to both Director Katie Valenzuela of the City of Sacramento and Director Stephanie Nguyen, alternate to Patrick Hume of the City of Elk Grove. Welcome to SAC-RT. Mr. Birnbaum summarizes the YOLO Go, YOLO Bus comprehensive operational analysis. He also talks about the Capitol Corridor Joint Powers Authority. He provides a federal update. He also discusses Roseville Transportation Commission and the San Joaquin Joint Powers Authority. And then he goes on to congratulate others on other boards such as Capitol Corridor and the RT board. And he submitted in closing the next meeting of the San Joaquin Joint Powers Authority Board of Directors will be held virtually on Friday, March 26th. And board members, you all received a copy of his transmittal on that item. The next public comment is from Ridership for the Masses. Hello, Chair Miller and directors. At the September 14th meeting, we concurred with Michael Birnbaum's suggestion for SAC-RT to hold their board meetings on the Zoom platform, so there would be more public participation, and that the SAC-RT MAC already offers Zoom to the public at their meetings. Chair Steve Hansen asked staff to look into the issue. To date, we have not heard whether staff has discussed using the Zoom platform. Has staff discussed the issue, and if so, what was the outcome? The next comment is from Donald Childs. Subject, public comments. In my commute from Rancho Cordova to West Sacramento, I have experienced connectivity issues at both ends of the commute using fixed route bus service. In Rancho Cordova, there is no longer full schedule fixed route bus service to Sunrise Light Rail Station, no full schedule service on Sunrise Boulevard south of Trinity River Drive, no full schedule service south of Highway 50 between Capitol Center Drive and Sunrise Boulevard. Depending on the source, 20 to 30,000 people work in this area, at least 15,000 live in this area. In September 2019, Route 74 was eliminated and placed with Route 75, much less coverage in the area I described earlier. North of Highway 50, apartment complexes north and south of Folsom Boulevard at Mills Park Drive have lost their stops they have had for 30 years, formerly bus service of Route 28. Thousands of people live in apartments on Croqueta Way, Mills Park Drive, Woodbury Way, Mills Tower Drive. The streets and parking lots choked with cars. No fixed route bus service runs down Folsom Boulevard from Coloma east to Zinfandel Station, making shopping for essentials a walking or driving trip. Please consider restoration of service to Rancho Cordova. And the last comment that I have for public comments is from Jeffrey Tartagia. You are starting a new year. Please consider 3 objectives this year. First, planning for October annual statewide transit and the best way to show Sacramento and public transit needs. Second, you are the biggest other than STA to bring county and city alliances to work to common concerns and objectives. What happened to Gold Line new light rail station efforts? You seem to have former Twin Rivers, now Dos Rios light rail construction in hand. You need to bring active transportation, city and county in comprehensive matter. Third, in the county, you need to educate all residents and make them stakeholders in public transportation, both bottom car drivers. Top supervisors elected and relevant operational personnel, why and what is needed for Sacramento and region. RT seems to take 5 years to understand this, so let us start by scheduling quarterly workshops that are well promoted, not like unmet transit needs or rapid bus service or I-80 elevators, which has been how long? I have other meetings to attend. I hope this is read and changes are made. review 65th Street, when there will be lights at night, try reading calendar and what is missing. Thanks, Jeffrey Tartagia, your ambassador, SAC True Smart Trust, Pitt Health, telehealth, broadband, and other functions. And that concludes public comment.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair.
Go back to Zoom. I'm having trouble operating this whole WebEx thing. Yes, Linda, go ahead. Thank you.
Amen. Steve, I just want to comment on Donald Child's letter. Staff knows full well that I could not agree more. And in fact, the discontinuance of bus service to the Sunrise Light Rail Station is a complete departure from the entire original design of the whole way in which light rail and the bus system was supposed to work together. It's a major station on what's actually a state highway and a huge crossroads. But Donald is correct about all of the other places that have lost bus service in Rancho Cordova. And it's the number of churches, the number of schools, it's the number of apartment complexes, it's the number of merchants, all of that which has lost bus service in Rancho Cordova. And so I actually thought that staff was working on or had already restored service to the Sunrise Light Rail Station. And I would certainly agree with Donald and hope earnestly that staff would continue to work on that for a resolution early in this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Any other comments? If not, we'll move on. Cindy?
Yes, sir. The next item is item 7.1, motion for the chair and vice chair of the SAC-RT Board of Directors for 2021, and that's presented by myself. At the December 14th meeting, the SAC-RT Board of Directors adopted an intent motion to nominate Vice Chair Steve Miller as chair and Director Patrick Kennedy as vice chair of the SAC-RT Board of Directors for this year. At this time, the board is being formally asked to nominate and elect the chair and vice chair.
So moved, Chair Miller.
Motion by Director Harris,
Second by Chenier.
second by Chenier. Cindy, would you call the roll, please?
Director Budge,
Yes.
Director Harris,
Aye.
Director Howell,
Yes.
Director Hume,
Cindy, can you repeat the name of the Patrick being nominated? I just want to be very clear on this.
It was him.
It's actually Patrick Kennedy for vice chair. I
Hey, you
guess,
can be my vice anytime, Pat.
is that a yes from you, Director Hume?
Sorry, I did say it, but I was, aye.
Director Jennings,
Aye.
Director Kennedy,
Aye.
Director Natoli,
Aye.
Director Chenier,
Aye.
Director Cerna,
Aye.
Director Valenzuela,
Yes.
Chair Miller.
Aye.
With that, the motion carries at 100 votes. The next item is the appointments to boards and committees. And there are 5 actions in front of you. It's also being from me. So the first action is appointing 1 alternate board member to the Capital Corridor Joint Powers Authority.
I move Jeff Harris,
Second, from Kennedy.
second by Patrick Kennedy. Want to call the roll on this one?
Absolutely. Director Budge,
Yes.
Director Harris,
Aye.
Director Howell,
Yes.
Director Hume,
Aye?
Director Jennings,
Aye.
Director Kennedy,
Aye.
Director Natoli,
Aye.
Director Chenier,
Aye.
Director Cerna,
Aye.
Director Valenzuela,
Yes.
Chair Miller.
Aye.
With that, the motion carries at 100 votes. The next item is appointing one SACRT board member to the San Joaquin Regional Rail Commission Stations Development Committee.
Any volunteers or motions?
Yeah, I'll just throw it out there that the San Joaquin staff would appreciate if I would be the appointee to this position.
Oh, then we can't let that happen. I move Patrick Hume.
Second.
Second.
I third that. I'd like to third it.
I didn't hear who seconded. Maybe Cindy did. Can you call the roll, please?
I did. Carrie did.
Oh, Director Howell. Okay.
Thank you, Director Howe. There were a number of you that seconded the motion for Director Hume. Director Budge,
Yes.
Director Harris,
Aye.
Director Howell,
Yes.
Director Hume,
Aye.
Director Jennings,
Aye.
Director Kennedy,
Aye.
Director Natoli,
Aye.
Director Chenier,
Aye.
Director Cerna,
Aye.
Director Valenzuela,
Yes.
Chair Miller.
Aye.
Motion carries at 100 votes. The next is a chair appointment, one member to serve on the Elk Grove 2x2 Ad Hoc Committee. And Chair Miller, that would be appointment from you.
So it doesn't take a vote?
No, it does not.
Okay, with no objections, I would like Patrick Kennedy to assist me with that.
Thank you. The next appointment is appointing one board member to the Real Estate Ad Hoc Committee. It's also a chair appointment with no vote. And to help you out just a little bit, the Real Estate Committee already has Director Budge, Kennedy, Chenier, and Jennings as the alternate.
Okay, and so we need to replace one full member.
That's correct.
Any volunteers?
I'll do it or be an alternate.
Okay, well, I need someone to move into a full position.
I'll do it
Okay,
unless one of the alternates wants it.
doesn't sound like it, so you're it, Carrie.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Director Howell. Next is a chair appointment, one board member to the SACRT Yolo County Transportation District Ad Hoc Committee. And it was only prior Chair Hansen and now Chair Miller, so we need to appoint one member.
I'd like to appoint Patrick Kennedy to help me with that too. He gets all the 2 buys.
Either that or you could just put Mike Barnbaum on there. Kidding.
Well, now you see why I wanted to be very clear about the surname.
Yeah, and I think Mike Barnbaum already serves on YOLO's board too, so that would be a conflict.
Thank you, Chair Miller. Would you like to move on to the next item?
I most certainly would.
Thank you. The next item is the General Manager's Report. Mr. Lee?
Mute myself, okay. So, good evening, Mr. Chair, Board of Directors and the public. As we embark on an exciting new year, I would like to welcome all board members, especially new board members and the public that are watching. Before I begin my remarks, I'm excited to introduce our special guests, Caltrain District 3 Director, Amajit Benipar, and the Deputy Director, Sue Chahan, to make the presentation. Adam, please show the presentation for Director Benipar and Chahan.
Thank you, General Manager Henry. Good evening, Chair and Vice Chair and board members. First of all, congratulations on your appointments. And it's been a pleasure to be joining you on sharing such a good news. I was going to actually take a bus trip over to Councilmember Schneer's home because he was ready to start the dinner. So I said, I'm feeling hungry. So before we actually do this virtual presentation, might as well enjoy the dinner as well. But having coming back to the business at hand, annually department calls for Excellence in Transportation Awards, nominees from not only public agencies, from private contractors, consultants, and our department employees as well, trying to nominate in 11 categories. I wanted to congratulate RT board members for providing the guidance to your staff and General Manager Lee for his leadership to support his team to nominate the SAC RT's Ford project, which was a recipient and winner in the public campaign category. In the write-up for this particular award, RT's staff redesigned of its next generation bus network was driven by community to reduce congestion and lead to economic growth, which is what all you push for and are trying to expect your staff to do every day. With almost every bus route adjusted to improve frequency, scheduling, and weekend service, SAC RT Forward also shared how RT raises the standard for safety, cleanliness, and system-wide improvement while lowering the fares. And your team is not only recognized at a statewide level, but they are known for their work nationally. And it's actually your board members need to be really feeling proud about the work which you are providing the guidance for your staff to do. And it's been a great pleasure and privilege to be actually presenting this award virtually to you, and look forward to working with you in future as well. I wanted to also acknowledge my counterpart in the department, Sue Tucker, who leads our planning department, and she has been working with Henry's team hand in hand and trying to make sure not only we are able to get the recognition on the work which has been accomplished, but working together to bring more investment into our Sacramento region. Some of you may recall for Senate Bill 1, Cycle 1, we were successful working together on Highway 50 corridor, not only to actually extend the managed lanes, but along with that, we're trying to make sure we actually got the third track component funded as a part of that. In Cycle 2, on Interstate 80 corridor, working with all of the communities and my constituency in that corridor, we were successful getting over $60 million worth award in Cycle 2 as well. And that can only be accomplished through a partnership. And that's the leadership you're providing as a board, and that's the leadership which Henry is providing to his team and his staff. And your staff member, Zulfa, he's been just great to work with Sue on a daily basis, trying to make sure if there are any issues, we're resolving it at the lowest level possible. So with that, it's been a great pleasure to be presenting your board and Henry's team the award for SAC RT Forward from statewide competition of 2020, our public campaign. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Benapal. It was a huge honor to be recognized by Caltrans for our excellence in transportation with public awareness. I know our staff and Henry was relentless, and again, I'm so proud of them and the job they've done, really taking the time to get public comment and craft changes that meet the needs of the public. So thank you again for the recognition. I know they don't do it for the recognition, but it's always nice.
Well, thank you again, Amjan and Sue. And in recent years, we have enjoyed outstanding collaboration and partnership that has resulted in almost triple the amount of grant fundings received from the state, smooth project delivery, enhanced planning, and innovative mobility solutions. And SACRT is truly honored to be a recipient of this great award. And we're the only transit agency in 2020 to receive this award. Really greatly appreciate.
Thank you. Any other comments from directors?
Great job.
Well, thank you. Thank you again. Yes.
Thank you. To begin my remarks, I would like to provide a warm welcome to our newest board member, Director Katie Valenzuela from the city of Sacramento. Director Valenzuela will bring a dynamic and thoughtful voice to our board, and we're honored to welcome you. I also like to recognize two new board member alternates who might attend our board meetings from time to time. From the city of Elk Grove, Councilwoman Stephanie Wen, Executive Director of Asian Resources, Inc., and from the city of Central Heights, Council Member Tim Schiffer. Next, I would like to acknowledge an item the board just approved earlier tonight. The board has adopted a new 4-year contract with the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees District Council, ASME 57, Local 146. The contract for the ASME technical unit runs through 2024. I just would like to thank staff, ASME unit, and its leader, Wendy Palatina, and the board for ratifying this fair and equitable agreement. This collective agreement, the negotiation process has been very smooth and professional. And we have a great dialogue and improved working relationship with ASME, and this contract will only reinforce and strengthen our partnership. Then from the federal perspective, at our next board meeting, we will receive an in-depth update from our federal lobbyists about what to expect from the new Biden administration and the 117th Congress. I would just like to highlight a few items for everyone. So at the end of the last calendar year, the Coronavirus Responses and Relief Supplemental Appropriations Act of 2021 was signed into law. This package of various spending bills includes a $900 billion emergency relief funds in response to the pandemic. Out of this $900 billion, $14 billion of which will be allocated to support the transit industry during the COVID-19 public health emergency, and SAC-RT expects to receive approximately $30 million in funding. And I would really like to thank our federal delegation, especially our Congresswoman Batsui and Congressman Barra, and our two wonderful senators, including our Vice President Harris, for their strong, extraordinary leadership. Additionally, the president has nominated former Mayor Pete Buttigieg as Secretary of Transportation, and Nuria Fernandez as Administrator of the Federal Transit Administration. I have known Nuria for many years, working closely with her on the ACTA Board of Directors Executive Committee and a dozen of other industry organizations. They are both great leaders, and we look forward to working with them as we reinvest in our nation's infrastructure. From COVID perspective, as our nation and the local economy looks to recover, SAC-RT is committed and will play an important role. On Friday, February 12th, we will be offering free rides on our 9 on-demand smart ride zones in recognition of Valentine's Day. Our Spread the Love campaign is to encourage riders to connect with small business and to pick up Valentine's Day dinner from a local restaurant. And the next month, we will be bringing forward an item to the board to provide free rides for any passenger traveling to or from a COVID-19 vaccine appointment. It is vital that our region quickly allocate and disperse vaccinations. And this partnership with Sacramento County Public Health, with the leadership from Director Sarah Kennedy and an attorney, will mitigate barriers around transportation, especially for vulnerable and disadvantaged communities, and ensure that everyone has equal access to vaccine resources and allocations. So finally, to conclude my remarks, I'm proud to say that Sac County's historic 1958 bus led the Martin Luther King Jr. Caravan this year, which last week, thanks to Director Jennings' arrangement. I would like to share a few pictures from the event. Adam, please bring those pictures up. Because of COVID-19, the traditional march was converted to a caravan that drove through neighborhoods and allowed residents to come out of their homes in a show of solidarity. All the blue bus was affectionately referred to as the Rosa Parks bus by event participants. Sac County's zero-emission Sac County Ride vehicle also participated in the event, highlighting the evolution and innovation in the history of transit. With that, I'm finishing with my report, unless you have any questions.
Thank you,
Chair
Henry.
Miller,
Any questions?
I have a quick question, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Henry, I'm wondering if we're taking advantage. I know the new executive order on the 21st included FEMA reimbursement up to 100% for transit agencies and related COVID expenses. I'm wondering if we're able to take advantage of those reimbursements.
Yes, we are, restoring, federal money as much as possible regularly on a monthly basis. And we are actually doing that very, very good. And we have one-on-one tomorrow. I will give you some detailed update.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Henry?
Chair Miller,
Yes.
I just want to thank Henry and the entire regional transit staff for making the bus available for the Martin Luther King virtual march. Without question, the bus led the way for our caravan that went from North Sacramento all the way to South Sacramento, all the way to downtown. And the bus was the hit of the entire caravan. And so some of the pictures show you how popular it was, but to see the bus running throughout Sacramento and seeing how the people responded to it, it was incredible. And I just want to thank them for making that happen. The person who was organizing it got sick and, things kind of fell off. But as soon as Henry found out that we needed the bus and that everything hadn't been done properly, he made it happen in a short period of time. And it was the hit of the entire parade. So Henry, thank you. Thank the staff. We want to probably start doing this on a more frequent basis, but it was a great way to show what Sacramento is. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's fantastic, Director Jennings.
Chair Miller, comment?
Yes.
So I'd like to thank Director Jennings for his role. We've experienced so many losses due to COVID, and losing the MLK March is very significant. So Rick, thank you very much for your participation in this. I think it was a really important symbol, and will hopefully carry us through to next year. I'd also like to thank you, Henry. Creating an opportunity for people to get a vaccination is really important. This is a great service that RT is providing, and I thank you and staff for creating it.
Thank you.
That's all, Chair.
Okay, I think I saw, was there another hand up? Okay, I think we got everybody. Thanks for the good report, Henry. I'm going to move on to the next item, please.
The next item is reports, ideas, and questions from directors and communications, if any.
I just want to welcome the new board members.
Yeah, I had it all planned out for my opening speech, and then I had a 2-second echo going on, and I forgot everything I was going to say. But welcome, Director Valenzuela.
Thank you, Chair Miller, and thank you everybody for the warm welcome. I've been really engaged in RT's work in the community for years, and I'm super excited to be on this side of things and look forward to working with all of you.
Well, welcome to joining us on the dark side. Oh, okay. There's nothing else. On to the next item, please.
The next item is closed session. I'll read the items. The first item is conference with legal counsel pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9, existing litigation. A, Hansen versus SAC-RT, case number 34-2018-00240-424. Second case, Susan Sa versus SAC-RT, case number 34-2018-00239452. And at this time, the regular meeting is adjourned. Board members, please stay on this WebEx while the rest of staff departs from the meeting. And as soon as everybody's gone, we'll call the roll for closed session.
Thank you. We're adjourned.